Well, hey everybody. Just want to welcome you all back to another live stream. I have a computer and I have a video that I made that I'm in the process of editing. So I'm gonna be putting a long video out there. So stay tuned for that one. I also am gonna try to put together some shorts. I took the grandkids out fishing today with my wife. We did a little bit of fishing. We caught some fish. Hopefully those are going to be on camera. I'll see how that turns out, and maybe I'll make a few shorts out of them. But right now, when all of my live chatters on the last video, on the last live stream, one of them requested pink, and guess what you're getting? You're getting a pink lure. And then another one requested a video of making a crankbait with a spinner and a bucktail, kind of like a hybrid lure. Unfortunately, I have all the stuff, but unfortunately, the clevises that I ordered were the wrong size. So, got to get more. And once those come in, I will get that all done. Hey, Lonesome Fishman, how's it going, buddy? We're going to be on for a little while because I don't remember who requested pink, but we're going to do pink. And then I've got all these cool iridescent colors that I'm going to use on it too. Try to make it nice and kind of like spacey looking with some blues and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. Very light coats, obviously gills and fins and stuff like that. So let's get started, okay? Let's get this all set up so we can see what we're doing. All right, let's see here. Okay. All right, looks like you guys can see me because I can see me. And then for all my Canadian viewers out there, got Molson Triple X for you guys. All right, so let's get started. I think I'm going to start with some light colors, probably something like this iridescent. Hey, Mars, how's it going, buddy? There, we'll do this pearl pink. Now, these are pretty thick, so they need to be thinned out pretty good. This one hasn't been used yet, I don't think. Has it? Nope. All right. Or, you know what? Let's do this. Let's use this color. Iridescent red flash. Like I said, these are pretty thick. So you don't need a lot, just a little drop. Just a little drop. And then a lot of thinner. So you guys asked for certain lures, and I'm going to do my best to make them. There we go. Just a little bit in there. There we go. Now, why isn't this working? Well, maybe it needs to be thinner. All right, let's get going. Let's get started on this. Okay, so I glitter bombed it. So we're gonna paint over the glitter a little bit, but I want the glitter to show through. Oh, cool! Look at that. Look at the color that thing's gonna be. The color shifts. Here we go. We're just gonna do that whole lure like that. Wow, that went pretty quick. All right, let's do that again. Oh, we put a lot in there, darn it. Oh well, let's have to thin it out. There we go. Mix it all together. Okay. All right, here we go. Hi there. There, good enough. That's it. There we go. There's that so far. The glitter still shows through. Looking good. Let's get that dried off. Okay. I'm telling you, when you start acquiring a lot of stuff to make lures, you run out of room to put things. But I'm not in a hurry. I'm going to take my time making these lures. And that's that. And let's get this. I don't think I've got this. There we go. All right. It went way too fast. There we go. There, that's better. All right. Mars, my wife went over the river to Hobby Lobby. And you're going to be drowning in Createx. Awesome. All right. Well, I got these paints off of Amazon. These iridescent acrylics. They're pretty thick, but once you thin them out, they go right through the airbrush. Really nice. Pretty easy too. Okay. Now, I kind of want to darken it up. So now, since we have our light pinks down here, we're going to start building up the purples here. And I think finally ending it maybe in a blue. I'm thinking that. That's my thought. And then we're going to do some stripes. What do you guys think of that? Pretty good? All right. So, Plum Flash. I think it's he who has the most toys wins or something like that. Is that right? But I'll look that up, and we can talk about that on the next live stream. I'll have to look that up. Or if you leave it in a comment on when I make the live stream public, make a comment on it. That way I remember, because my memory goes pretty thin. All right, here we go. So we're going to go right over here. Thinner. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Let's It's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit more plump. Not as pink as it was. It's kind of starting to have that little spacey look to it. We'll see how this, we'll see if this catches a fish. There. I think that's a little bit better. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Purple flash, or for my next color, purple flash or blue violet flash. I'm thinking this one. Yeah, I think this one. That's what I'm going with. Yeah, Mars says that one, so that's what we're going with. There we go. All right. Okay. You know, the really neat thing about these paints is the, I don't know if you guys can see that. Really, you can't, darn it. Is the, almost like a color shifting to it. So I'm just gonna go right across the top right here. Right about there. From midway up, just some very light colors. And yeah, that's it. Okay. So here we go. We'll go across the top. And let's go to the front. And then the sides over here, and this side. I think I may put some epoxy on this before I do my stripes. I don't know yet, but I probably will, and then I'll probably end up maybe painting another lure while we're waiting for this one to cure, the epoxy to harden up and cure, so we can finish painting. What do you guys think of that? Let's see. When did I start using an airbrush? Probably around 2021 or 2022, somewhere around there. And I don't know any like real techniques or anything. I just kind of paint. So I guess maybe it was a little bit difficult to learn how to paint, learning how to hold it, and then air pressure and stuff like that. I probably still don't know it all that well, but I just do it, and well, you know. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Let's one of the let's do a blue, because I think what I want to do is I want to do blue, and then I want to kind of put some scales over it, and then maybe do something a little different down here with another like another type stencil type thing. There's a ton of videos out there, and there's probably one in particular that I learned probably the most from. One is watching Marling Bates. If you watch his channel, you'll learn everything you need to know about airbrushing. And then the other one, which is geared more towards musky lures, is Frethold Baits. And that's another one. That's another channel where I probably learned, I learned a lot of stuff on how to make musky lures and stuff from that channel. The tools, the jigs for making the diving lips, Yeah, that's where I learned everything from. And I even have one of his lures. I bought one just because of all the stuff I learned on his videos. And to top it off, he's a really nice guy. There. What do you guys think of that? I think it looks pretty good. Well, no, they don't do live, and I mean, Fred Holt barely puts a video out there. So, but you know what? He has a lot of videos out, so you learn a lot from him. So I really enjoy him, and anytime it comes up, I watch it. I figured live would just be another avenue for me to, get in touch with my audience and things like that. Just another way to put a video out there. Okay. So now I'm deciding, do I want to put, well, thank you, Lonesome Fisherman. I appreciate that. So I'm thinking, do I want to now put an epoxy over all of this, or do I just keep painting? I'm debating. I don't know whether I want to just keep painting it or if I want to put an epoxy on it to really kind of give it some of that depth. I'll let you guys decide. I'm going to wait a couple minutes. It would be a 30-minute epoxy that would go over it. I mean, even on my regular videos, I try to reply to everybody. So what do you guys think? Well, I have some grandmas. I have some little Ernies. We can paint a little Ernie if you like, or we can do this. Look at what I have. We can do one, assuming this glue dries up, from the very beginning. And then this one we can make throughout different live streams, and I'll just keep it going through the live streams. But this is how the lures look before. I was thinking of putting some stripes down, some white stripes, and then I want to put some other patterns like, where is it? Shoot. Oh, we'll just use this. Like this stuff. Here. Along the bottom. Along the bottom here. Maybe in like I'm sorry, here. But maybe like in white or something like that. Or a pearl. Or even a gold. So that's my thought. My thought is, if the epoxy's dry, then if I mess up, I can always take it off. That's my thought. That's my thought. So let's see. You know what? I'm thinking I'm just going to do that. I think I'm just going to do that. I'm not going to use epoxy. No epoxy. I've made my decision. Now I just need to decide, how do I, let's see. Do I want to use an opaque white or a pearl white for that belly part? Because we're going to put scales over it. And the scales, I got to see if I have a, I don't know if I have a color shift or either that, or I was going to use a pearl or a silver type just for the scales, but I want to tone the scales down. What do you guys think? I think I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use some opaque white here, right here. Some opaque white right down here with that pattern that I have, that I showed you guys. Okay, then I'm going to take a little bit of black, this transparent black, and we're going to put that over the opaque white with that pattern. I think I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try to make that go all the way here, just like that. So I'm going to do that. Okay, and then after that, then we're going to put the stripes down, or maybe I'll do the scales. We'll see what happens when we get that part done. We'll see what happens when I get that done. Okay. All right. Okay, that's what we're going to do. I hope I don't mess this up. That would suck. That would suck. All right, I should have the stencil. Here's the stencil right here. Okay. If you guys remember those stripes, that's what I'm going to be using. Let's get this dried off. Wow, this looks really good in the light. I like it. I really like this lure. Okay. Opaque white. There we go. All right, now where's that pattern at? There it is. All right, so let's take this off of here, and hopefully you guys can see this. All right, maybe I'll put some, I'm gonna put some tape down on this so as a guide, so I don't go over what I want to, that I don't want. Where's that tape at? There it is. Good old painter's tape. Oh shit. I knew I'd fuck this up. God damn it. Maybe not. Maybe we can incorporate that into it somehow. How the hell that happened? Fuck. All right. Well. Oh, well, I guess we're just going to have to roll with it. I think we're just going to have to roll with that, guys. Sorry. But you know what? The stripe is going to go over that, so I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. All right, let's do this again. Let's try this one more time. Yeah, oops is right. That, do we call that a happy little accident? See, now if I was doing a regular video, I probably would have edited that out because I probably would have had to redo the whole thing. It definitely would have got edited out. All right, we'll call it a happy accident. I'm wondering if this tape is the right decision too. We'll see. Let's see here. I guess it does add some character to the lure. I guess, well, you know, you're going to make mistakes along the way, so I just grin and bear it, I guess. You know what? Screw the tape. Screw it. We know what we're doing. We don't need tape. We do not need tape, do we? I used to watch Bob Ross all the time. And if I could do it now, I would. All right, here we go. Doesn't really show up all that much, but it, I mean, when we put it under the whatchamacallit, the epoxy, it will. We're just trying to give hints of that stuff. That's all I want to do. Just give it a hint of it. Now, that's better. He also has his own channel on like Samsung TV or Pluto TV too, if you're ever curious. There. How's that, guys? And then we're going to go over that in black. Okay, here we go. Try that again. There we go. Oh, he died back in, I think, like 1995. I think it was cancer, pancreatic cancer or something like that, if I remember. There. Okay. So there we go. There. Okay. Can you guys see that? Right there. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so I think next I said it was going to be transparent black. What do you guys think? Transparent black? Actually, I should probably go a little thicker here, a little bit higher up. Let's do that. There. There we go. All right, now it's time to do some black on there, some black crinklies. Gotta be careful where we lay this down so we don't get paint on it again. Or should I put like a blue on there? I wonder how that would work. What do you think? No, I still think black would do it. I'm still sold on black. Totally sold on black. Then the scales, and then stripes, or stripes and then scales. What do you guys think? Stripes and then scales? Or scales and then stripes? Gold. Gold on there. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing gold. Gold here. Gold right over that. That's what we're doing. Gold. And we're going to use a different stencil too. We're going to use this with gold. And I'm going to do that right just like this. We're going to go just like that. That's what I'm doing. I made my decision, and I'm sticking to it. Now I gotta find my gold. Scales. Gold, well, I guess it's gonna be brown. Sorry guys, it's going to be bronze. I can't find my gold. Or my copper, whatever you want to call it. Or maybe it's still down here somewhere. No? Okay. Well, it looks like I need to drown in Createx now. Oh, wait, I found it. It was hiding. Okay, so I think these are pretty close to each other. This is the bronze. This is the copper, or it kind of looks like gold. But there we go. I'm thinking copper might be, I'm thinking this bronze might be the best. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do bronze. I'm sticking with bronze. That made up my mind again. Changed it again. Changed it again. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get the stencil out. So now we have white underneath, and then we're going to have a different type of stencil. So hopefully that kind of adds a little bit of depth to it. So here we go. Yep, I think that did it. I think that did it. It did. Dang. It's amazing the decisions you have to make doing this. Remember they talked about all these decisions you'd have to make? All these decisions. Decisions, decisions, decisions. And you got to stick with those decisions. And as one YouTuber said, you got to trust the process. Okay, so here we go. There we go. I think we hit it. I think we hit it right there. What do you guys think of that? Do I dare add another color? Let's dry this off and then we'll go on the other side. Let's add a little bit of bronze to the front here. There. Okay. Let's do, where's that stencil at? Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's do this side. I think the hardest part of doing these videos is doing it in front of the camera just like this so everybody could see it. There. And then we're going to hide that mistake in plain sight. There. We hit it. I think we hit it pretty good. I think fish really like it too. There. We hid that mistake in plain sight. All right. Okay. So now I think I'm going to do the stripes. Or am I going to do the scales? I need you guys to help me out here. Okay. So that'll be the next one. Are we doing that over glitter? Are we going to do the mother of pearl over glitter? Because I'm going to have to figure out how to do that, how to paint that kind of pattern. But I'd love to try it. Okay. So what do you guys think? Stripes or scales first? I'm thinking stripes. I have no idea on that. The fish are colorblind. I'd have to read up on that. Stripes or scales? Stripes or scales? Stripes or scales? Well, we'll see what it looks like when it's done. We'll see what this lure looks like. All right. I got 7 people watching. Apado Fishing says I should do stripes. Okay, we'll do stripe first. All right, so the stripes are going to be done first. In white. Stripes are going to be done first in white. And then I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take this pencil and then put that again under the stripe. And then we'll do that in, I think, probably black because I want to add some depth. So stripes and white first. All right, so you see how so now I line this bottom up as I go up the lure. Okay? If you guys can see that. All right, so first it's going to be white for the stripes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that pretty heavy, and the glitter's not going to show through it, but it's going to look pretty cool. It'll start showing depth. Because the stripes are also going to go over that belly that we painted. And like I've said in other videos, if you guys like this video, and you like these live streams, let me know. And I'll keep doing them. I already have some people that already like them, so I'm doing it for them. And plus I enjoy doing it. Also, if you like this video and you like other videos that you've seen on my channel, don't hesitate to send a subscription and a like and all that good stuff. Oops, we used a lot of white. Oh well. All right, good enough. Okay, perfect. Let's do this. Okay. All right. I'm going to try this here. All right, so can you guys see that? Hopefully you can. What's going on here? Oh, let's get this airbrush fixed up here. How the heck did that happen? I don't know. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay, white. And let's line that up there, just like that. We'll line it up. There. As you can see, there's one stripe. Awesome thing is I can just do that. Line it up with that bottom. We'll have two stripes. Two stripes. And then we'll go three stripes. Hey.
Yeah.
Going to bed?
You online?
I am.
Oh.
What?
Nothing.
No, what?
Nothing. I can't talk in front of you online.
Okay. Okay, here comes strip number 4. Stripe number 4. There we go. 4 stripes. And we're going to do the same thing to this. Let's dry this off so I don't smear it with my fingerprints. I don't want this to be an FBI special. What'd I do with that stencil? There it is. Boy, I feel like my dementia's kicking in. All right, here we go. Okay, ready? There's one. Two. I mean, look at how in line those are. Three. There's three. And as you can tell, they're perfectly in line. I hate when that happens. You put something down, you walk away for 1 second, and you're like, what the heck? Where did it go? It's very frustrating. And then when you're getting up there in age and you start thinking, oh, geez, maybe my dementia's starting to kick in. Am I really that? So I'm the absent-minded lure maker. There. 4. All nice and in line with each other. I can't leave it by itself. You know that. You know that, Mars. You've watched a lot of videos, watched a lot of live streams. You know, I just have to keep going and adding and making it more complicated. Okay. Let's get the airbrush cleaned off and then we'll go from there. And then we'll keep going. Evidently, I don't know. I know when to hold them and know when to fold them, and I don't think I know how to do that when it comes to doing these lures. Let's see, have I ever tried Brador? Nope, never have. Honestly, I've never heard of it because I've never seen it in any of the places in Ohio where I'm at. Oh, Lonesome Fisherman, my heart is telling me to keep going. It's telling me to go all in, regardless of whatever the odds makers say. We're going all in on this, buddy. All in. then sign me up. 6.2. Sign me up. All right, so I think I'm going to use something like that right there. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Not too shabby. I think we're going to use a different one. Let's use this one. Let's use that. Okay. There. That's cool, Mars. That's awesome. You can, that's great. There we go. Just like that. Yeah, it's starting to look like a cow, isn't it? I should have thought about that, but I didn't. I just, like I said, I just started painting. Didn't really give it much thought. There, what do you guys think of that? I wonder if I should do some shading on it now, on those stripes. Hey, Ken Scott, nice to see you. So what do you think if I did some shading? Like around the edge? Maybe define it a little bit? So if I did something like this, let's try it. And if you guys think it's good, I'll keep it. I'll keep doing it. If you don't, well, we'll just leave it. No. Kind of like that? What do you guys think of that? You guys like that shading, or should I just say nah and keep going and do the other side? I'll wait for you guys to tell me. So I'll just keep painting the other side though. Did you like the shading? Keep shading looks good. Okay. We'll do the shading. There. There. Yeah, it does. It actually shows the stripes off. Okay. So there we go. All right, so let's do some shading. I don't know if I have enough paint. So let me put some more paint in here. And this is a little bit more black. I'll thin it out a little bit so it's not so dark. Okay. And you know, the hardest part about painting these is holding it up in front of that camera so all you guys could see it. That's like the hardest part. 57 minutes into this. I really am taking my time, aren't I? We're doing more. You know what I've noticed also? I've also noticed I'm doing more and more. The patterns are getting a little bit more and more complicated as well. I've also noticed that. Even on like my own homelers, my patterns are getting more and more complicated. There's much more detail in them. I think that shading really does work. Okay, we got something's wrong here. That's airbrush. I have it thinned out and now it doesn't want to spray. Oh, maybe we just gotta clean it. All right, let's just clean it. Oh yeah, wow. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. That's filthy. Okay, I think we got it this time. Now we just gotta find the stencil again. There it is. All right, let's get this shading done here. Okay. There we go. I think that's better. Hopefully you guys think so too. Kind of like that. I'm going to redo this one. There. That's a good idea, Ken. There we go. I think that really gives a good definition to the fit to the stripes. Glad I did that. There. That's impossible to do. Then it's outside exposed to the elements. And then I'll be going to Harbor Freight and buying a new air compressor. Sorry, buddy. I got to put up with it. We all got to put up with it. There we go. The actual airbrush compressor I had, no, it's a little pancake air compressor. My thumb got in the way of that one. There. A little bit better. Okay. So you guys can see it. There. That cart has my planer and my joiner on it. I'm hoping to get a nice, make another nice table eventually once I get all this stuff out in the middle of this garage. Once I figure out what to do with all that. All right. Just think, you guys only have to listen to that air compressor just for a little while. Every time I paint this, I gotta listen to it all the time. Let me tell you, it is probably one of the most annoying things about making these lures is having to listen to that air compressor. I have a regular airbrush air compressor, but I think I killed it because I used it so much. I'll have to see if I can get that to work again. There we go. I think that's it. What do you guys think? Let me hold it up so you guys can see it. All right, there we go. Yeah, that wouldn't make a bad thumbnail, would it? There we go. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Okay, so now, time to do some scales. I'm going to put scales over all this. That's going to tone a lot of that down. But I think it really needs some scales. What do you guys think? I'm going to put some scales on it. All right, let's put some scales on. Like I said, the scales will probably, I think the scales will barely be noticeable, but they'll be there. And for me, that's enough. Just knowing that they're there. The subtleness of them. Okay. And the cool thing is the glitter is still showing through. No, I can't stop right now. I've got my audience really into it. They're commenting, they're participating, they're interacting. And I just want to keep this going. So I'm just going to keep painting. I think I'm going to start getting a website together eventually. I wonder, would an Etsy account be good? Putting these on Etsy? Some of these lures after I make them? And selling them? Or is it something that you got to really... Or would it be better to put them on eBay? And that way I can sell one at a time. Which would be better? Okay. There we go. We're going to get some scales painted. I have a color shift. How about we do a red gold color shift for the scales? I know nothing about online marketing. So I think color shift might work. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I still have black in here. I'm going to hit some black right going up right across the top here. So it's just going to go just like this. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Top part for the scales. And then I did right across the side here. Next is going to be some color shift. So I got to get this airbrush all cleaned out. I've put stuff on some of the musky buy sell trade sites. The original ones I made people wanted. These ones, I don't know. Nobody wants them. I don't know if I'm asking way too much money, but I'm asking what I think what I'm worth or what they're worth. What started out kind of meh? The lure? Would the lure start out kind of meh? So you're saying I've kind of redeemed myself with this lure as I'm going on with it? All right, let's do some color shift. Ha. Oh, geez. All right, let's do this. All right. Color shift scales. Here we go. Hmm. Trying to see if I can see those scales on here in the light. Oh yeah, you can. Oh wow. This is gonna look pretty badass, let me tell you. With a color shift on here. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, so let's dry this and then we'll reveal the scales. So, okay. Does somebody have a drum roll? Well, let's just say what I wanted to. I think I may have achieved what I wanted to. I can see the color shift in the stripes. It does dry pretty quick when you have a dryer that dries it at about 600 degrees. A lot of beauty shots in this one. All right. So now I think it's time to do the gills, the head detail. I think it's time to do the head. Okay. Let's get the airbrush cleaned. Oh, here, so you guys can see it. Should have thinned it out. But this is looking pretty good. I'm kind of liking it. It's different. Yeah. No, they're not. Okay, let's see here. All right. I think I'm gonna go with white first. I think white first. No, black. Okay, time to do the head. It's black. Where's my black? Here's my black. All right. Black it is, and okay. Here we go. All right, guys. Ah, shoot. Did it again. All right. Okay, here we go. Let me get this so you guys can see it. All right. All right, good night, Mars. Thanks for joining. I know it's getting kind of late. I should have did this earlier. All right, here we go. There. I want to come back more. Darn it. Yeah, we can get that covered, I think. I gotta start coming back with this more. Oh well. All right, so okay, just like that. Let's do this. Okay, so there we go. Now it's time for some white. You gotta clean the air. Well, wait. We gotta do these. Let's do the eyes. There. And there. Okay. Get the airbrush cleaned off. Okay. The airbrush is starting to get clogged. It needs a full-on cleaning, this airbrush. So it needs a full-on cleaning. We're not going to do it right now. Maybe we'll do like a partial full-on cleaning. Okay. Yeah, partial full-on cleaning. Nope, I don't want to do that. I'll take this off. Just getting the airbrush cleaned up, that's all. And if some people are just joining in, we are doing one of my musculars that I make, the blanks, and we're giving it a nice paint job. So, and I'm really not rushing, I'm just kind of really taking my time on it. Just kind of enjoying the live stream. Yep. The cool challenge would be is, so I think what I'm going to do at some point in the boat is I'm going to make one of these lures, and we're going to take that out. And I'm only going to use that one lure, just that one lure. Yes, with the proper beer. I have Molson Triple X, and I have a new one that I'm going to try. And maybe we'll just do one lure the entire time and see what I can catch on it, musky wise. I think that would be really cool. Trying to catch a muskie on just one lure and one lure only. One rod, one lure. Nothing else. Not even take a box of lures with me on the boat. I would be stuck with that one lure the whole time. I think that would be an awesome challenge. And the neat thing is it really forces you to learn how to use a lure as well. Since I'm going up to Wisconsin, maybe we'll make a video of that while I'm in Wisconsin. All right, so I'm going to finish up this Triple X. Okay. And I've got this one. I've never had it. An Einstock Arctic Pale Ale. I thought this was made in Iceland, but it's not. It's made in Connecticut. I'm not too crazy about it. Okay. Time for white. Okay. Now, we're going to paint the fins as well. So here we go. There. And then we're going to move this up a little bit. Oh, look at that. Got that nice, nice thin line. And now it's time to paint the fin. There. And then we're going to go over that in black and shade that. That's going to look freaking awesome. There we go. Another nice thin line. Well, we have feral cats out there right now. You can hear them. Okay, here we go. Okay. And now heck yeah. Look at that. Okay, so let's add some white because I'm going to add some color to the head. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a lot of the colors that I used on this. We're going to do that on the head. So let's get the airbrush cleaned off. Let's do this. Let's go white down here. We got to thin it. Just thin the colors to begin with automatically. I don't know why I don't. Okay, let's thin this out some more. Okay. All right. One more white. One white. Sorry guys, but sometimes you just gotta clean these airbrushes. There's my toothbrush. All right. Okay, so I'm going to add some of the colors that I had on the head, and we're going to add that down here. Just a couple of the colors. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with the fluorescent. Where's my fluorescent pink? Where'd it go? Oh, it's down on the floor. Isn't it? No. Anyways, yeah, we'll just go with red flash. We'll thin it out really good. All right, there, good. Okay, I do not like light crystal malt to create an ale unlike any other. I don't know. I guess since I have them, I have to drink them. All right, so let's do this. Here we go. Where's my template? Right there. Okay. So we're going to hold the template just like that. And then I'm going to just kind of just spray right along here. There. Kind of like that. I'll try it. There. I want to add another color to it. All right, what color do I want to use for across the top? Blue violet flash. Yes, very, very thin. Almost like water. Depending on how much I'm using my impacts. Maybe a 2-inch thick styrofoam box to cover my compressor. That would be a good idea too. That would be a pretty good idea. All right. Oh, that's it right there. That's good. Okay. So we're just going to kind of sprinkle this over. Oh, trust me, man. I know. I'll try something. There. There we go. I think this is looking pretty good. Okay. I think we are almost to the home stretch on this, I think. Just got to do some red for the gills and the throat. Put that little red dot that you guys like, get this thing signed, and glue those eyes in. Oh yeah, eyes. What I do with the eyes? Oh, I hope we didn't mess them up. Oh no, we didn't. Awesome. Good. I got some really cool eyes that I made for this. All right. Okay. Fin, black, 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 black. Okay. And I want this pretty thin. Just a few drops. And then a couple drops of reducer. There. I think this is really going to help. Okay. We're going to try to tie that black in on the top, and then I'm going to do the fins first. So, you guys have seen how I do the fins. I'm going to do them the exact same way. Find one of my straight edges. Oh, this might work too. Yes, I think this will work. Okay. I have some guides that I use to make the stripe, to do the fin. All right, I don't know how this is going to work out, so you guys can see it. Okay, I'm going to do my best. So it comes straight on and across the edge, just like that. There. Like that. See how nice and subtle that fin is? So if you notice on real fish, they disappear. You don't even see the rays. There. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade it in like we did on the stripes. We're going to shade that in right around here. Just like that. I'm going to come across the top over here as well. And across the top. There. Okay. And there's a fin. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Now the white is nice and subtle. If you guys would like to see the fins more pronounced, I can do that. Would you guys rather see the fins more pronounced? Because I can do that. Let me know what you guys think. Would you rather see them like popping out, or would you rather see them nice and subtle? I'm going to wait, because then if that's the case, then I can redo it all in white and it doesn't really matter. But in the meantime, I'm going to tie all this together while you guys are letting me know. Okay? There. You know what? I'm thinking I might make the decision just to make them pop. What do you guys think? Do I make the fins pop or do I? I'll wait. Ken says pop. Okay. Anybody else? How about anyone else? What do you guys? All right, I turned my volume down. Did that help? Did that help at all? Turning the volume down? All right, so Ken and Lonesome say they want to see the fins pop, and okay, then we'll do it. So let's make the fins pop. Let's do it. All right, so let's see if any of you are brand new to viewing my channel. Well, some left. But I was going to say, if some of you guys are brand new to this and you guys are just starting to join in, I'm starting to do some of these live streams. But what I really like doing is getting input from the viewers and trying to make this more of an interactive kind of thing with you guys. Well, I don't know. Figure maybe, hopefully, maybe it would help if I did that, but I'm sure it didn't do anything, did it? Okay, here we go. So we're gonna go solid white. There. Okay. Fin popped. Okay, now we're going to do the other side the same way. I'm going to hopefully not put a fingerprint in it. Okay, let's see here, there. This is really difficult to do like this, but we'll get it. There. Okay, so now we have some fins. Here we have some fins. So with that, we're going to have to add some color in the background or some texture or something, especially if we want them to pop. Especially if we want them to pop. We're going to have to add some color. Thank you. Let's see if we can keep that going. Let's see if we can keep this going. Red flash. Okay. right. Stencil time. Stencil time. Time for the stencils. Okay. It is stencil time. Yeah, it really does suck. So did I. I used to be a heavy truck mechanic in another life. Not that one. Didn't come out how I wanted it. Oh well. Keep moving. Okay. The thing I hated the most was the dusty environment I had to work in. That was the worst. I thought it was a pretty good job. I enjoyed it. I liked it. Okay, there's one. There's two. One and two. Let's get that dried. Oh, heck yeah. That's looking really good. Oh yeah, you guys, I have a video of this one too that I painted. I painted a grandma. It's a long video. So I painted one of these. So here, I'll show you guys. There. So that's another video I'm trying to edit and work on. So I got some videos I'm working on, so that's got to be pretty noisy too, the sorting machines. Would you guys like to see any lives on painting those? Because I have a few more to paint. And then I have roughly 30 little Ernies to paint as well. And I can tell you guys where I got all those from. They're all from Amazon, actually. So these videos are actually quite a challenge to make because it's just a position that the lures in when I'm painting and that I'm in, because I don't have, my body's not in a really good position to paint all this. And I'm really surprised that I'm actually painting them, I think, as good as I am, actually. I'm kind of surprised that they're coming out the way they are. And that I can paint one without actually having to go back and do it over again. And doing all these details. I mean, this is really, I mean, for me, it's really something. I think it's just awesome that I can do that we're doing it like this. We're doing a live stream, and it's it's coming out really good, actually. It really is. I'm very happy with it, actually. Extremely. Paint Granny pretty. Okay. We got to figure out how to do that one. Feel like trying to figure out how to do this. Contort my body all kinds of different ways. Oh yeah, the other video you got, the other channel that you get when we were talking about learning stuff. The other channel I learned so much stuff on is solar fall baits. That's another really good channel that you could learn a lot on. And he kind of goes over the top on everything, but his work is just phenomenal. I love it. And I really enjoy his channel. I just wish maybe he'd put out more videos too. But when you're busy, you're busy. There we go. I think those fins kind of pop. Just like that. Let's do this one. So you guys wouldn't mind if I held it in a better position for me, but I'm gonna do this just for you guys. Okay? And that's what this is about. This is all about entertaining you guys. So if I have to do it a certain way, then I do it a certain way in order to get the best video for you guys, the best view of the painting. Okay? I do watch Franco as well. And I'm subscribed to all of those guys that I watch. And I've also watched Zimtex too. Zimtex has a really big attention to detail. That's true. All it takes is one fish to sink it. Gonna try to redeem myself on this one. Hang on. Oh, that's better. That's better. I think I redeemed myself. I think we do. I think if you're a lure maker, there's those certain channels that you watch, and all right, Ken, it's been great having you over here. Thanks for joining in and spending some time with us. All right. So fins are done. I think they pop a little bit. You have a good weekend as well. Good night. Okay. So I'm kind of thinking we are in the home stretch of this. I'm going to get the eyes glued in. I'm going to do the red details for the gills. We got to do that. I have to do that and put that red dot on that all you guys really like. Okay. So let me get some red paint. Let me get my template out and we will get that done. And get the airbrush cleaned as usual. Would you guys also like to see a live stream of when I'm out fishing? Would you guys like that as well? Are those pretty popular? Live streams of people fishing? So I can just take a tripod on the boat, plug my phone in, let it run, and then we have live stream. I don't know how that would go. I'm willing to try it if you guys would be willing. Excuse me, if you guys think that would be good to do. Oh, there goes my knees. There it is. All right, iridescent red. Well, you guys are the ones who got me doing it, so it goes on all of my lures. Lures goes on my lures now. Goes on all my lures. The red dot, the red throat. Goes on all my lures. All my lures. All of my lures. All right. Okay. All right, so let's do this here. Okay. All right. Here we go. There's some red. Here's some red. There's some red. Now let's do the throat. Oh, sorry guys. Shoot. There's red for the throat. I'm going to put a little bit of red up here. And I thought the red on the butt of the lure was a nice touch that we did on the shad. So let's do that on this one. There. Like I said, I thought that was a pretty good touch. And now we are going to do the red dot on the butt of the lure. There's our red dot. Okay, let's dry that off and we'll put that on again because I didn't like it. Okay, once more. There, much better. There it is. Sorry, guys. Okay, so for all of you that have just joined in, here's what we've painted. Done a lot of layers, color shift, stripes, a lot of detail. There's color shift scales in there. Just probably a fairly complicated lure. Okay, let's put some eyes on. I made some while this was kind of sitting on rotisserie with the glitter and curing. So let me show you the eyes. So there's the eye. So let's let's put some super glue in. There. We'll glue it in. And there we go. Put some more glue on. There. There we go. Thanks a lot, Real CTX. Thank you so much. It is unique, and I'm glad you like it. The awesome thing about these is there's only going to be one like it, ever. I could make 20 of these, and each one is going to be different. Each one will be different. Each one is a one of a kind. That is the awesome thing about these, is these are pure custom, only one. You'll never have another one like it, ever. Paint jobs are always going to be different. Doesn't matter if it's the same color, if I do it the same pattern. They might look similar, but they're not. I mean, that alone, the eyes, the way the eyes are painted, that's all random. A lot of splatter painting. So let's get this signed. Let's get some epoxy on this and let's put it on rotisserie, and that way we can use it hopefully up in Wisconsin. Or if one of you guys wants to buy it, I would say it's for sale. So I'm going to get this signed. And now we have it signed. That is. Even, shoot. Forget it, it's not for sale. The super glue ran. But I do have a fix for that. Super glue remover. It actually works. So we're just going to let that sit there for a couple minutes. Kind of let that work in. Okay. Maybe we can restore this Lexan. I know it's kind of hard to restore Lexan once it's scratched. Well, let's see how this works, because this super glue shouldn't be completely cured on here. All right. So I gotta get my scale. And the epoxy that I've been using on all these live streams, because it, it kind of works a little bit faster, is, and I like how, and it actually levels out nicely, is Bob's 30-minute epoxy. So that's what I use. And then I use these acid brushes, which you could get off of Amazon. And you can buy them in, I think, like a pack of 200 or something. And I only use them one time. It's just a one-time thing. Use it, toss it, and we're done. So you go through them pretty quick. If you're making a lot of lures, or you're using a lot of layers of epoxy on your lures, you go through them pretty quick. Well, let's see if this works. Ruh-roh. Oh, wait. I think we got it. Hey. We're getting it. Oh, I think we got it, actually. Yeah. We did. It just takes some cleaning of the diving lip. But hey, look at that. It worked. Yeah, I could do that. I probably should. You know what? I have that diamond coat. That would probably work awesome. I'll probably do that. Maybe dip them in diamond coat. All right. So let's get this epoxied. So we're gonna get the epoxy mixed. It's hey, thanks, yes man. I really appreciate that. Use a vibrator, soft plastic man works all the time. Okay, so we're gonna get that epoxied. All right. Let's mix some 30-minute epoxy on it. And I think when we're doing this epoxy, when we're applying this, I think this is where we're gonna see the color really pop. Really it's just gonna. I do not have a 3D printer. What I probably should do is just make a silicone mold of this, and then I can cast them and make tons of them, and they would all be uniform and they all be uniform in size, weight, everything. That's probably what I should do. Just learn how to do that. Oh, my skills acting crazy. All right, here we go. And remember, this is all a 1-to-1 mix. No matter how you do it, whether you use weight or volume, 1-to-1, you should come to the correct consistency or whatever. 6.8. Okay, let's get this mixed. And then I always use old brushes to mix them. If it's cold, I will heat the epoxy up a little bit. But the one thing I found with this Bob's, and I'm sure it probably works with all the other ones as well, that's like 30-minute or 5-minute. If you heat it up to where it's like a complete liquid and not like this consistency here, it hardens up like that. Like you have no time at all to spread that epoxy out on the lure at all. I've had that happen a couple times where I've gotten it a little bit too thin, especially in the wintertime, because it just doesn't want to flow. Because in this garage in the winter, it's probably down, if we're in the single digits outside, it's probably 20 degrees in here. I do have a heater, a small little heater. But yeah, it heats up pretty good. Like if you heat it up and it thins out, it's turning solid really quick. And I think maybe the wooden lures maybe work a little differently too. Okay, here we go. We're putting that epoxy on. Yeah, look at that. Look how it now pops with that epoxy. I like it. I really do. Oh, I wanted to add more glitter. You know, we'll add a coat and then we'll throw some glitter in there real quick. I love the detail in this, the depth of everything. Now the scales, now look at that. Now the scales are starting to show through. You can kind of see the scales in there a little bit. Yeah, you know, there's just something about wood. I bought a Blue Waters bait, which are pretty popular, I guess, on Lake St. Clair. And it's not a bad lure. Looking forward to using that. Hopefully maybe when I get to Wisconsin, or if when we're there, if we decide to maybe fish Green Bay. The last time we did, like I said, nobody was really catching anything when we were there. There were a lot of salmon, Sturgeon Bay. A lot of guys were fishing salmon going out to Lake Michigan from Sturgeon Bay. Well, we should be using this holder. I don't know why I'm not. We're going to be cleaning this diving lip off. Oh, I want to do glitter. Duh. Come on, Randy. Get with the program here. Get with the program, buddy. Get with the program. Okay, got some glitter on here now on this epoxy. So now we're just going to run some epoxy through here. Put a little bit of glitter on. Okay. I like this. All right. I think we could put this on rotisserie. So let's get this on rotisserie. Let me show you guys a little. So this is going to sit on rotisserie for a little while. And then as it's leveling out, I'm going to hit it with some heat to thin it out a little bit and let it flow a little bit more. Get all the air bubbles out. And then we'll put that second coat on. I'll obviously get my thumbnail picture, and that's that. So let's get this on rotisserie. Let me have you guys, so you guys can see that. Sorry. I'm trying so you guys can see the lure on the rotisserie here. That's there. I think, can you guys see it there? Just like that. Is that good there? Okay, so let's get this on, let's get this spinning. Okay. I'll put a little bit more. Get it smoothed out. That will all level itself out. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's let this sit on rotisserie for a couple minutes. All right. Well, guys, let's see here. No, I don't have a video on this. So basically all this is a piece of dowel rod that I cut into shape of, so at Hobby Lobby, they sell this rotisserie for people that make those cups with the epoxy. So that's what that is. I took a piece of dowel PVC pipe that fits the dowel rod inside, epoxied that in with just a piece of wood, made a stand for it. It's pretty it's pretty primitive, and it's all backyard engineering. I wouldn't even call it that. I'd call it something that was just lopped together so I had something to rotate the lures on. Because before I was making lures, I was making floats. It does work. It does work. And that's what we can say about it. And then I get these clamps. You can get these at Harbor Freight, and that's how I use to hold some of the lures on. I'll show you guys what it looks like from the top and the bottom. Well, I have no idea what RPM that runs at. And, well, we've been on this for over 2 hours now, almost 2.5 hours. I think I started at 9:30, 10 o'clock, so it's got to be after midnight or something here. And I think I'm going to call it a day, probably go get some sleep, and we'll get this video posted. Once this, I'll probably get it posted sometime maybe tomorrow or the next day. I want to get a nice thumbnail shot and get a thumbnail for this one. So don't forget, there's videos that I have that are live and has a bunch of lures that I painted. And yes, Mr. Lonesome Fisherman, thank you so much for joining in and staying the whole time. I really appreciate it. I know it's 2.5 hours out of your day, so I hope you have a good evening. And everybody else that joined in, that liked, hopefully I've got some new subscribers. And don't forget to share all of this. And I'll see you guys on the next one. And don't forget, I got some long videos coming up. Have a great day and have a great evening. And we'll see you later. We're going to end it